Ever feel like cruise lines are always one step ahead of you? No matter how carefully you budget, it seems like they have another clever way to get more money out of you. And here's the thing, you're not imagining it. Cruise ships are basically floating mini-cities, designed to entertain you, distract you, and of course upsell you at every turn. Most passengers don't even notice it happening. They just happily swipe their key card, only to get a massive bill at the end. But today, you're not going to be one of those people. You're about to learn the insider tricks that cruise companies hope you never find out. These aren't random travel tips. These are the kinds of hacks that seasoned cruisers quietly use to save cash, score better perks, and avoid the traps set up on board. And trust me, once you know these, you'll never look at cruising the same way again. So let's dive in with the first of 15 cruise hacks the cruise lines don't want you to know. Number 1. Don't get trapped by drink packages. All right, let's kick things off with one of the biggest money traps on a cruise, drink packages. Now, the cruise lines love to sell these to you. They'll hype them up, make them sound like an amazing deal, and some staff will even push you to grab one the second you step on board. But here's the catch. Most of the time, they aren't worth it. Think about it. These drink packages usually run hundreds of dollars. And for them to actually pay off, you'd have to drink a lot every single day. And I'm not talking about just 1 or 2 cocktails by the pool. I mean 5, 6, sometimes even more. Ask yourself honestly, are you really going to down that much alcohol daily on top of exploring ports, eating, and doing activities? Probably not. Here's a smarter move. Skip the full package and just pay for drinks as you go. Or even better, check the rules about bringing your own. Some cruise lines actually allow you to bring a bottle or 2 of wine or champagne on board. That alone could save you a small fortune compared to handing over hundreds for a package you'll never fully use. And if you're someone who just enjoys the occasional drink, trust me, buying a la carte makes way more sense. Number 2, don't fall for the specialty coffee. Now this one really gets people. You know how coffee lovers can't resist their daily fix? Cruise ships know that too. That's why they set up fancy cafes with Starbucks-style drinks that cost extra. Lattes, cappuccinos, iced mochas, you name it. But here's what they don't tell you. Basic coffee is already included, and in many cases, it's actually pretty decent. Every cruise ship buffet and dining area has coffee machines that serve it for free. Sure, it's not going to have a caramel swirl on top or be served in a venti cup with your name misspelled, but it'll get the job done. And here's a little insider secret. Some ships even have flavored creamers and syrups tucked away. You just have to look for them. Mix those in, and suddenly your free coffee feels like a $5 drink without the $5 charge. Of course, if you really want to treat yourself once or twice, go ahead. But if you're buying 1 or 2 fancy coffees every single day, that's an extra $50, $70 over the course of a week-long cruise. That's money that could have gone toward a shore excursion, souvenirs, or even just extra desserts at the buffet. So the bottom line, don't get trapped by the coffee upsell. Your wallet will thank you later. Number 3. Skip the cruise line shore excursions. This one is huge. Cruise lines make an absolute killing selling excursions at every port. You'll see brochures, videos, and even staff at kiosks hyping up tours the second you dock. They'll make it seem like the only way to explore the destination is through them. But the truth? You're almost always paying double, or even triple, for the exact same experience. Here's why. Most of those excursions are run by local companies. The cruise line just acts as the middleman, slaps their markup on it, and pockets the difference. If you step off the ship and walk a few blocks, you'll usually find local operators offering the exact same tours, sometimes even better ones, for way less money. Want to snorkel? Take a city tour? You can almost always book it yourself. And the best part? Many of these local guides work harder to make sure you have a great time because they rely on word of mouth and repeat business. Now, the one caveat here. Always check how much time you have in port, and be sure to get back before the ship leaves. Cruise lines will scare you by saying, "If you don't book through us, the ship won't wait for you." But here's the secret. They rarely leave late passengers behind, especially if you're close by. Just keep an eye on the clock and you'll be fine. So remember, do your research ahead of time, find local operators, and you'll save big while probably having a more authentic experience. Number 4. Skip the onboard laundry service. Here's a sneaky one that a lot of first-time cruisers don't think about. Cruise ships will happily wash your clothes for you, but the prices? Oh man, they're ridiculous. We're talking $10 to $15 just to wash a single t-shirt or pair of shorts. Imagine sending in a small bag of laundry. It could cost more than a brand new outfit from a store at your next port. Crazy, right? But here's the hack. Bring a little travel-sized bottle of detergent and a portable clothesline. Most cabins have showers with detachable heads, so you can rinse out socks, shirts, or even swimsuits after a long day. Hang them up overnight, and by morning they're fresh and ready to wear again. It takes 5 minutes and saves you a bundle. Some cruise lines even have self-service laundromats tucked away on certain decks. They're not heavily advertised, but if your ship has one, use it. It'll cost just a couple of dollars per load instead of 20. A lot of frequent cruisers swear by this. Bottom line, don't pay luxury prices just to have someone else wash your socks. Number 5. Don't buy bottled water. On board, this one feels small, but adds up fast. Cruise lines love to overcharge for bottled water, sometimes as much as $3 or $4 per bottle. Multiply that by a whole family over a week and you're suddenly looking at hundreds of dollars just for water. But here's the truth. The water on board is perfectly safe. Cruise ships use advanced filtration and desalination systems to clean seawater into drinking water. In fact, in many cases, the water is cleaner than what you'd get out of a tap back home. So here's what you do. Bring a refillable water bottle. You can top it up at the buffet, dining halls, or drink stations. If you like it cold, toss in some reusable ice packs or even freeze the bottle the night before. And if you really want bottled water for excursions, buy a case at a local grocery store before you board. It'll cost a fraction of what you'd pay on the ship. This is one of those small switches that saves a surprising amount of money over the course of a cruise. Number 6. Use Wi-Fi wisely. The dreaded Wi-Fi. This is one of the biggest complaints people have about cruises. Slow internet and outrageous costs. Ships will try to sell you daily packages that easily add up to $150 to $200 for a single trip. That's more than some people pay for internet at home for 2 months. Here's the deal. Unless you absolutely have to stay connected 24/7, skip the big packages. Instead, buy the smallest plan possible and save it for the essentials, like checking in with family or sending a quick message. Trust me, you don't need to spend your vacation doom-scrolling Instagram at sea. Better yet, wait until you're in port. Almost every port has cafes, restaurants, or even entire shopping plazas with free Wi-Fi. Some cruise veterans even scope out McDonald's or Starbucks because they know those spots almost always have fast, reliable internet. Ask yourself this. Do you really want to pay premium prices just to watch TikToks from your balcony? Or would you rather unplug, relax, and then catch up online once you're back on land for free? Number 7. Get free room service, the smart way. Here's one of those little secrets most people don't realize. A lot of ships do offer free room service, but only if you know the rules. For example, many cruise lines provide complimentary breakfast delivery. That means instead of waking up early, rushing to get dressed, and elbowing your way through the buffet line with 1,000 other passengers, you can just tick a few boxes on a card the night before. Hang it on your door and voila, coffee, juice, and pastries arrive at your cabin in the morning. And it's all included. But there's a catch. Some ships tack on a service fee if you order food late at night, usually after midnight. So here's the trick. Avoid those hours. Stick to breakfast or daytime deliveries, and you'll enjoy the luxury of in-room dining without paying extra. Honestly, there's nothing that screams vacation mode like sipping coffee in bed while everyone else is fighting over the last pancake in the buffet line. Number 8. Don't get sucked into the casino. This one's a classic trap. Almost every cruise ship has a casino on board, and the moment you walk in, it feels like Vegas at sea. Flashing lights, slot machines ringing, tables buzzing with excitement. It's designed to make you want to sit down and play. And sure, it looks fun. But here's the cold truth. The house always wins. These casinos aren't there for your entertainment. They're there to make money. And since you're on a ship in the middle of the ocean, the odds are often even worse than what you'd find in a land-based casino. People go in thinking they'll play just for a bit. And before they know it, they've blown through hundreds of dollars. If you want the thrill, set a strict budget, like $20 or $30, and treat it as the cost of entertainment, not a way to make money. The real value of a cruise is the destinations, the shows, and the food. Don't let the casino eat up cash you could have spent exploring or splurging on something memorable. At the end of the day, wouldn't you rather bring home souvenirs than regret slips? Number 9. Don't overpay for photos. You know those photographers who pop up everywhere on board, at dinner, at the gangway, even during shows? They make it feel like you're a celebrity, snapping away all the time. But here's the kicker. Those photos are expensive. We're talking $20, $25, sometimes even $30 per picture. Now imagine a family of 4 buying a few shots every day. That could add up to hundreds by the end of the trip. And honestly, most of the time, you already have a better camera in your pocket, your phone. Here's a trick. If you really want a professional quality photo, let the ship's photographer take it. Then politely ask a friend, fellow traveler, or even another passenger to snap the same shot with your phone. Boom! You've got a free copy. Some ships also offer all photo packages, but be careful, those can cost hundreds. And unless you plan to print and frame dozens of pictures, it's usually not worth it. So, enjoy the free smiles and poses, but save your money for experiences instead of overpriced 8x10 prints. Number 10. Avoid buying souvenirs on board. This is another sneaky moneymaker for cruise lines. Onboard shops are filled with branded t-shirts, mugs, jewelry, and limited edition items. They look tempting, but let's be real. Most of it is overpriced and stuff you'll never use once you're home. The smarter move? Buy souvenirs at the ports instead. Local markets and shops usually have more unique items, and they cost a fraction of what you'd pay on the ship. Plus, you're actually supporting local businesses instead of feeding more money to the cruise line. Here's an example. That special cruise ship t-shirt for $40. You could get 2 or 3 shirts at a port market for the same price, ones that actually represent the destination you visited. Much cooler story to tell when you get home, so skip the onboard gift shop unless you're in a pinch and save your shopping for land. Number 11. Skip the spa deals? The spa. It looks so luxurious. Dim lighting, calming music, staff in crisp uniforms. They'll lure you in with exclusive deals and promise the most relaxing experience of your life. And sure, the treatments are amazing, but the prices? Not so much. Massages, facials, even basic treatments on board often cost 2 or 3 times what you'd pay at a high-end spa back home. And here's the kicker. They'll often try to upsell you on expensive creams and lotions afterward. Suddenly, that discount massage ends up costing you hundreds. Here's the hack. If you really want spa time, wait until port days. When most passengers are off the ship, spas sometimes drop their prices to attract the few people left on board. That's when you can actually snag a decent deal. Or better yet, book a treatment at a spa in the port city. It'll almost always be cheaper and more authentic. At the end of the day, don't let spa prices eat up your budget. A hot shower, a nap, and a balcony view of the ocean can feel just as refreshing, for free. Number 12. Don't blow money on specialty restaurants? Okay, let's talk food. One of the biggest selling points of cruising is unlimited dining. And it's true. Most ships include buffets, main dining rooms, and snack stations, all at no extra charge. But here's what happens. The ship starts advertising specialty restaurants. Fancy steakhouses, Italian trattorias, sushi bars, you name it. The photos look amazing, and the menus sound tempting. But here's the reality. Those meals will cost you $30, $60 per person, sometimes more. And honestly, the free dining options are already really good. The main dining room usually has multi-course meals every night, with rotating menus and plenty of variety. The buffets? Endless options! You won't go hungry, trust me. Now, if you want to splurge on one fancy meal for the experience, go ahead. But don't feel pressured to book specialty dining every night. That's hundreds of dollars wasted when you've already paid for all the food you need. Remember, you didn't book a cruise just to spend money on the same kind of restaurant you could eat it back home. Enjoy the free meals. They're part of the package you already paid for. Number 13. Don't prepay for everything. This one's sneaky. Before you even step on board, the cruise line will try to sell you prepaid packages, drink packages, Wi-Fi bundles, spa credits, dining deals, even souvenir photo packages. They'll say you're locking in savings or getting the best rate, but in reality, you might be locking yourself into things you don't even use. Here's the smarter move. Wait until you're on board and see how your trip is going. Maybe you thought you'd want the internet every day, but once you're at sea, you realize you're happy being unplugged. Or maybe you thought you'd eat at 3 specialty restaurants, but the buffet ends up being your favorite. By waiting, you'll know what's worth spending money on and what's not. Don't let the pre-cruise marketing trick you into overspending before you've even boarded. Number 14. Don't forget to check what's already free. This one is less about saving money and more about not wasting money. Cruise ships have tons of free activities and perks that people don't even realize are included. And while some folks are busy swiping their cards on exclusive experiences, others are enjoying the freebies that are just as fun. Think trivia nights, dance classes, comedy shows, karaoke, live music, movies under the stars, poolside games, and even late-night buffets. Some ships even offer free fitness classes or tours of the kitchen. It's all included. You just need to check the daily schedule. So before you spend money on an expensive show or activity, ask yourself, is there a free version already happening somewhere else on the ship? Chances are there is. Number 15. Don't forget about tipping wisely. And finally, let's talk about gratuities. Cruise lines often tack on automatic tips to your bill, sometimes $15, $20 per person per day. For a family, that adds up quick. Now, I'm not saying don't tip. The crew works incredibly hard and deserves it, but know how the system works. If you prefer, you can go to guest services and adjust the automatic charges. Some people lower them, others remove them entirely and tip staff directly. That way, you know your money is going straight to the people who actually made your experience better, like your cabin steward or dining staff. It's not about tipping less. It's about tipping smarter. Be aware of the charges so you're not surprised by a giant bill at the end of your trip. So there you have it. 15 cruise money traps you should avoid at all costs. From overpriced drink packages and casino tricks to sneaky spa deals and photo hustles, cruise lines are experts at getting you to spend more than you planned. But now you know the hacks. Pack a little detergent instead of paying for laundry. Bring your own water bottle. Skip the unnecessary upgrades. And most importantly, focus on the experiences, not the extras. Because the truth is, cruising doesn't have to be expensive once you're on board. If you play it smart, you'll save a ton of money without missing out on the fun. So, next time you book a cruise, keep these tips in mind. You'll thank yourself when you walk off that ship with memories, not a massive credit card bill. And that's it for today's video. I hope these cruise hacks make your next trip a whole lot smoother. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more smart travel tips every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.